So, hey guys, I'm here to talk to you a little bit about your life journey and your health as it relates to fitness. Now, there's an intrinsic connection between, we want to always be in a situation where we are healthy and vibrant. Okay, so how do we get there? Okay, well, we need to understand there's some fundamentals around our fitness that we need to the boxes that we need to tick, okay? So you don't want to be in the position where you're constantly being ill and going to the doctor, even worse, ending up in hospital. You don't want to be in a situation where you can't play with your kids, you can't see them grow and interact with them as they get older. You don't want to constantly be in a situation where you've got no energy, where you just can't get up and do stuff every day. So this video I'm going to show you guys how you guys can get on a journey to much greater health. So the performance pyramid. Top of the pyramid we have fitness, underpinning fitness we have nutrition, underpinning nutrition we have body maintenance, and at the bottom of the pyramid we have our mind game. So I'm going to go through each of the levels and explain them further. Okay, so at the top of the pyramid, our fitness. We don't want to be doing long-winded cardio. We need to be doing high-intensity interval training. You've seen this in the media, it's correct, okay? But you need to do it in a certain way. You can't do things like 40 seconds work, 20 seconds rest, the Tabata, okay? They won't serve you. The work to rest ratio needs to be 1-to-1. So work for 30, rest for 30 seconds. Work for a minute, rest for a minute, okay? So we need to be doing high strength training work as well. So we're lifting heavy weights with good form. You need to learn how to lift correctly. Now, in the nutrition space, we need to be looking at intermittent fasting, looking at whole foods, and understanding that generally people eat too much food, and a lot of that food that they eat really has no nutritional benefit. We need to have nutrient-dense foods, okay? So whole, real foods. Eliminating all of these snack type foods which are filled with empty calories, a lot of sugar especially. Understanding now the body maintenance, maintaining the machine. We need to be doing things every day to look after our joints particularly, looking after our muscle elasticity, getting enough sleep. It's absolutely paramount that we have enough sleep. Finally, we have the mind game. And this absolutely can be described as meditation, and there are many ways to meditate. Using breath work along with meditation is something that I value very highly, and a lot of you guys can get value from that as well. Our internal talk, the person we have the most conversations with in our entire lives is ourselves. So we need to make sure the quality of that language is high and not negative. Has to be positive self-talk. So if you subscribe to our YouTube channel at Optimise, we will be bringing you individual videos to cover each of the 4 layers of the performance pyramid, namely the fitness component, the nutrition component, the body maintenance component, and the mind game component. We will be expanding on each of those 4 layers of the pyramid, giving you guys all the tools that you will need to be able to embrace each of those 4 layers and achieve great fitness and therefore great health. So my background is originally I was a civil engineer, and I really didn't enjoy being a civil engineer. What I really did enjoy was going to the gym and keeping fit for all the sports I played. In the 2-year period in my schooling back in New Zealand when I was 13 and 14 years of age, I represented my school in 12 different sports in 2 years. Everything from table tennis, softball, rugby, soccer, swimming, badminton, like 12 different sports. I love sports, but then I became an engineer. And during that period, I was really not that happy being an engineer. I enjoyed the sales component of being an engineer, but not necessarily, digging and drilling down into engineering. And then one fine day I woke up and decided I need to change this. And I studied a master's in exercise and nutrition science at the University of Liverpool in the UK. And I did this when I was based in Singapore. Once I graduated from that course, I had a whole new skill set when it comes to understanding fitness and health. And what I did was I started an outdoor boot camp. In fact, it was one of Singapore's very first big outdoor fitness boot camps, and still is to this day. I started that business, and on that journey, I met a very interesting guy. His name is Axe Rawlinson. You may have heard of him, but he's quite famous these days. And he does a lot of public speaking. He's a somewhat motivational speaker. And when we were working together in the fitness space, basically I helped him get fit for his climb of Mount Everest. And during that time with him, we were talking a lot about our journeys. And Grant said to me, Darren, you need to, shoot for the stars. And so he kind of like instilled in me this interest in developing my fitness business. And at that time, I was an independent operator. I had a bunch of clients working with me in different ways, and I was coaching them on fitness and nutrition primarily. And I decided that I needed to increase the size of my scope in terms of my business. And so I started the boot camp, and then I started the personal training side of my business in Singapore. And that grew and grew. I was inspired by the clients coming into my business, losing weight, getting fitter, leaner, and stronger, and that compelled me to expand the business even more. Finally, the time came for me to leave Singapore, and I sold that business and came here to the island of Phuket. And while I was here, I decided to, I needed to decide what I wanted to do into the future. And fitness, I'd been involved in for 20 years, and I wasn't sure whether I wanted to get back into fitness or not. I wanted to expand my horizons, and actually started a rugby business where we were helping people. I was working with a very famous rugby coach, Sir Gordon Titchens, and things were moving along quite well, and then COVID came along, and COVID meant that we needed to shut that business down, and I had to concentrate my efforts here on Phuket and return to my passion. The thing that absolutely drives me, the thing that I get up for every day, is the journey of my clients to achieve greater fitness. And so that passion inside me, that flame that burns, that got me to the point where I decided I needed to open Optimise. And that's where we are today. We have a relatively new business. We're 6 months old. We're building the business. We're building our community. We're touching people's lives in a positive way. And it's extremely rewarding for me.